This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, we go. All right, here we go.
So the world isn't quite made for bigger people.
What?
I know. Surprise, surprise. You know, we've talked in the past about, my experiences trying to go to the theme park or fit into things or, I don't know, get into, you have those experiences where when you are a bigger person, you're not sure if something's going to hold you,
right?
Or if you're going to fit, or if you can make this work.
Yep.
And we talked about theme parks and travel and that kind of thing. There are also other everyday kind of situations and things that we have to suffer through sometimes.
Absolutely.
On a regular basis.
Yeah, like trying to go sit on a patio and have happy hour with some friends.
Yes.
That's always like, that sounds great. I want to do that. And then it's like you get there and you're like, is this little rickety chair going to hold me?
Right.
Am I going to get in that rickety chair and chance it?
There is my favorite sushi place here in town. I love it. The sushi's great, all of that, but they're seating, these chairs are these little wire-legged chairs, and every time I sit on one, you can feel it kind of expand.
Spread out. Yeah, the legs kind of go.
One of these days, it's going to blow out.
That's all they have?
That's all they have, and then they have a bar. So I mean, you can sit on the bar stool, which I can tell you from personal experience. I've blown out a couple bar stools, and those are things that you have to keep in mind.
I think we've all had that bar stool or chair that just the leg goes, and there you go too.
Yeah, and
it's always fun. Yeah,
it is.
Provide some comedic relief for everyone else.
Yeah, you're
welcome, everyone.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, if you're not in a situation where it's a funny thing, and you go somewhere and you blow out a chair, you can't fit into the space between a table and a booth. Or
I know every time they're like table or booth,
right.
Table,
always
a table,
always table.
It's like, or you get in, or there's only a booth, and then I'm always like trying to shove the table over. Totally. I hate those ones that are like attached to the wall or whatever. And you're like, okay, this is not going to work for me.
Right. And for certain people who are bigger, those things aren't an option.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fear around going to a place and getting in and finding a place you can sit. So there are people out there who just won't do that.
Yeah. I think I don't like to like limit myself. I'll kind of somehow make it work, or I'll be like, oh, let's sit over here, everyone. Let's go over here. I don't want, whatever. I'll just speak up.
Sure.
And say, hey, I want to sit. Can we sit inside? Or, whatever. If the outdoor furniture is real flimsy or whatever, I'm like, hey, can we go inside and whatever, sit at the bar?
Sure.
Something. We'll find something. I like to go out and have fun and have a couple drinks or go have dinner or whatever it is. Yeah.
You don't want to limit yourself because of that. Yeah. And that's understandable. And it is good to be able to do that. I think that for some people, especially if you haven't in one of those situations where if you've had an experience that has been horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible. Yeah. It's not, I was joking. It is not fun.
No, totally.
To be, having broken a chair or whatever. There's,
right.
It does not feel good. And
sure.
I don't know. I don't let it bother me that much. Like, it's just part of, I guess I've just kind of accepted that it's part of sometimes going places. Now I'm like, I kind of look at the chair and I'm like, no, that chair is not going to work.
Yeah. My biggest thing is, one of my biggest things is chairs that have arms.
Oh, yeah.
And when you have large thighs, you're pushing through this like cookie dough.
And then you like try to get up and you're like, oh, the chair's coming with me.
That'll kill your legs, man. Yeah.
I was at a brewery, I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago. And I was like that. And I'm like, did I just break this chair? Because the arms are like out. And I was like, oh, no, the arms just move. Okay. I didn't actually break the chairs.
Ooh, good. Yeah. I know that is kind of the worst part, like I was talking about the bar stool thing. And I will say in my situation, I was with friends. I may have had one or two adult beverages.
What?
I know. So
one or two.
There were a number of things that probably contributed to this happening.
Yes. You're getting a little rowdy.
The first time it happened. So, when I look at that, I'm like, it's, it was a little easier for me to kind of come back and laugh about that. Mm-hmm. But I have definitely been in situations where you go in and you just don't fit, or you can't find seating that's comfortable for you, and you're having to squeeze yourself into a table with a chair that doesn't move, mm-hmm. or you're trying to find somewhere that you can be comfortable and you just can't mm-hmm. find that. So those are things that there has really not been a way to vet those places mm-hmm. or to look at any of that.
Oh, well, there's, I don't know what, like an app or a pre-app sort of thing here in Portland. It's called, Can We All Go?
Mm-hmm. All Go.
So it's in a beta test phase right now, but I think you might be able to sign up. I got kind of an early submission to it because I met Rebecca and everything. So I got into it. You can actually use your phone and rate places, basically exactly what we were talking about. Do they have bench seats? Do they have chairs with no arms? Do they, whatever it is. And
right.
you go in and it's kind of like a Yelp or like a
Yelp for fat people.
Yeah. Yelp for fat people. Right. That should be their thing.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Rebecca. So yeah, you can go in there. You can take pictures of the seats. You can take pictures of the how wide the aisles are, or whatever, the restaurants or the bars or the stores or anything like that.
Talk about the different kinds of seating,
accessibility, all that kind of stuff. I think it's really great. I haven't been the best at actually doing it. I've done a couple. I kind of forget about it. I'm not great at I have a hard time remembering to check in on Facebook or whatever.
Sure.
I'm trying to just live my life, but
I do that stuff all the time. So I'm trying to do that as well.
Got to add it to the,
Yeah.
I think once it actually becomes the app, it'll be easier, but it's hard because you have to right now it's in beta. So it's kind of, you have to go in, get a link, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, It's fine. But
it's a really cool idea and it's needed. It's something that will take a lot of the frustration and
especially for like a new place. If you've never been there, you don't have to try to figure it out or, go on their Facebook or whatever and try to look at photos. I do that sometimes.
Right.
You're like, oh, what do the chairs look like? Oh, where can we sit?
Yeah. So the app is called All Go, and the website and the social is Can We All Go?
Yeah, it has like a cute little picture of a cat trying to fit in a box.
Right.
It's funny.
Yeah. I love the idea of this because it is something that's needed and it will make a big difference, I think, for people. And it's not just they're really starting with public spaces, with restaurants and that kind of thing, but there's a lot more that they can do. Where they can branch out. And I mean, when I'm thinking about other things that aren't made for bigger people, I have certainly had beds where the wooden frame is not up to handling my girth.
My current bed, I might have cracked one of the whatever those bars that go across.
Right.
But the frame is fine. It's just those wood pieces that go across.
Sure.
I'm like, damn it again.
Yeah. And it's just not made for bigger people. And it's just not something that has traditionally been considered. Mm-hmm. So,
well, I think a lot more companies are, taking, the size into consideration now. Right. I found on DXL's site, they have, which I didn't even know, they have a whole home furniture section on there. Well, I don't know if it was home furniture, but there was like those outdoor chairs that you can bring to the park or a game or whatever.
And office chairs and things like that.
Stuff like that. I thought that was really cool.
They have a division called Living XL. And I don't know. Yeah. So they have a lot of different things like that. And there are other companies thinking about this. Big Fig is making beds for bigger people.
Ooh.
And Helix just released a new mattress. I haven't tried that mattress, but
I think, I don't remember. We got one of those bed in a bag or box thing a while ago. Yeah.
How do you like it?
I like it. I mean, it took a while to get, because my other mattress was really old. So it was it
had a valley.
Yes. It had that dip in the middle from where I would be in. And now it's two people. So had to get used to that. Yeah. It was.
The thing I'll say for Big Fig is we've got a Big Fig bed. And
nice.
I mean, it makes you feel like you are a child on the bed, which is
you don't sink way in
no,
there.
No, you don't sink. It handles you. It's able to, you're able to get on it and sleep, and it's very comfortable. I actually put it to the test. I've had it for about a year, and we wrote something on Chubster, and I, for one of the photo shoots that we did, I jumped on the bed. I absolutely cannot imagine jumping on any bed. And so even with that one, I was really nervous about it.
Right.
But it was fine. I mean, it handled me, and
and the frame was fine and everything.
Totally,
yeah,
totally fine.
They just do mattresses?
They do the entire bed.
Oh,
they do the entire thing, and it's
okay, cool. Yeah. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. Then, like I said, Helix is doing something as well. It's called the Helix Nightfall. It's like totally just like, the superhero of beds, I guess.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah. So,
especially when you say it like that.
Right. I know.
Is that how the ad is? Nightfall.
Try the Helix Nightfall. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had like a dining room table forever. Like we've had one, but no dining room chairs. Because I go to IKEA. I don't know why I keep going to IKEA, because it's affordable, kind of cheap, whatever.
Yep.
But I'm always like, I'm not spending $80 or whatever on a chair that I know is not going to last.
Right.
Like I get on it and I like shimmy around a little bit, even like in this chair, whatever this chair is
sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Good job, Bruce.
Thank you.
These are good.
Thank you.
But I think we actually found these chairs at Target. The ones that we have, it's really weird because they match our table perfectly, like the color and the style or whatever. But they're like these metal folding chairs.
Oh, wow.
They like kind of collapse up because we've been moving a lot. So any way that we could save space was always good. But yeah, they're like these heavy duty metal folding chairs. I don't know. They're weirdly.
That's awesome.
And they're great. They're sturdy. I don't know. It was really weird. It was a weird find, but we have been looking for like a couple of years trying to find something.
Speaking of chairs and DXL, I actually ended up getting one of those camp chairs, the kind that kind of unfold.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
They kind of,
with
whatever.
Like the fabric.
Yeah. And they have a little drink holders.
Yeah. So I got, exactly. So I got one from, DXL a couple of years ago, and it holds up to like 500 pounds, and it's huge. And so I set it, and it feels great.
Yeah,
you're actually comfortable.
Are
they
a little taller at all, or are they still too low?
They are a little taller. The one that I have that's out in my backyard now is
maybe I'll have to go in your yard and
absolutely
test it.
Give it a try. It's very comfortable. It's really big. It's reinforced, and I was really impressed by it because I have absolutely also blown through those kind of chairs.
I don't even sit in those.
When your ass goes through and hits the bar beneath it.
And you can't get up.
Yeah. So, it's those kind of things happen.
Yeah.
We probably need to open this beer that you brought.
Oh, yeah. So my partner went home to Montana and brought us back. How do you say this again?
Kokanee.
Mm-hmm. I can never say this. Glacier Fresh Beer.
Yeah, this is. I believe it's old school. This has been around for a long time. Can I get a confirmation on that? Yes. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's Glacier Fresh. This is
imported by I don't know something.
Yeah, it's looks like it's from British Columbia. It is a product of Canada.
Oh.
Yep.
Well,
those Canadians know how to make a beer.
I hope so.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
All right. I do. When I first found out about this, what was the bar name?
I don't know the bar. We were in Fargo.
Oh, we were in Fargo? I thought we were in Montana. Anyways, he's like, oh, they have this beer that I grew up drinking or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. What is it? And he's like, Kokanee. And I was like, okay. So I go up there. And I'm like, I'm supposed to get a beer with Kokanee.
All right.
What is it? And he's like, Kokanee? I'm like, yes, that one. Okay. I don't know why everyone's so uptight about the name.
So this beer, now that I've had a drink, it brings me back. And you spent a lot more time.
It tastes like Bud.
It does. So this is one of those basic beers that you can drink anywhere. Basic beer. It's one of those beers that you can drink anywhere, anytime. That it reminds me of like. You lived in Minnesota, right?
Yep,
so what I recall of that region is that there were a lot of bars that were like in houses that were just kind of, somebody just decided, I really like beer and I really like going to the bar. So why not make the bar in my house? And you find like these, like corner bars or and like for me, I lived in Wisconsin briefly, and
I think that might have been a Wisconsin
all right,
thing.
so maybe it was a Wisconsin thing, and it was kind of like these little places that were just kind of crappy sort of bars, and they would have this stuff.
Yeah, I
This
did
is
work
the
at
beer.
a bait shop, a boat launch place that was sort of like that. Now that I remember, it was kind of like the guy lived in the back,
Yeah.
and then it was like a bar out front. Yeah.
And you could just go to these places and you can get cheap beer, 75-cent drafts or
Oh.
$1 for a bottle or something like
When
that.
you
And
were
it was-
growing up, they don't do that.
this was about 20 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
And this was
I don't know all I can say is it tastes like Bud to me. That's
all of those beers were pure swill. I would say this is
it's in that.
my refined palate would continue to drink this. I'd say.
Yeah,
Do we want to try and describe the
I
beer?
was trying to, but I don't.
Let me
I
take
can't-
another drink and
the
see.
notes. I can't. I don't know. You don't have any descriptors on there, Kokanee, other than Glacier Fresh.
Water. Okay.
Yeah, water.
I taste hints of aqua.
Yeah, it's just a
little
light
grain
Pilsner.
maybe? Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of
It is. If you've had a Pilsner, you've had this
Yeah.
probably. But I like it.
That's all right.
I would drink.
The first one's always the hard one.
The first one is always the hard
After
one.
that, you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about things like that. I'm like, whatever.
I know.
Doing the job. Thanks.
I don't really have a good.
I don't have
Descriptor.
a descriptor. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
Worth a try.
It's
Light.
it's like a light summary type of thing.
Yeah, you could drink it anywhere, anytime. It would get the job done.
Yes.
Especially if you're just hanging out and want to
What is the
enjoy one or three.
anyways, or a case?
Yep.
Always enjoy responsibly.
Yep.
All right, Kokanee. That's decent.
I don't think Kokanee will be sponsoring the podcast after that glowing review. But so sorry, Kokanee.
It's good. I'll drink it. Thank you.
Yeah. So back to things that aren't made to hold bigger people.
Yeah. So we got a sofa a few years ago, a couple of years ago. The first one we got, I think we broke it in like a couple days.
Wow.
So somehow we it was like delivered. So we, go through all that, getting the people to come, they had to come and pick it up.
Sure.
And bring it back before they would send a new one. I was like, can't you just bring the new one while I don't know, whatever. So we got the second one. It lasted, I don't know. It broke kind of basically the same place, but we kind of finagled a way to kind of hold it together. I don't know. It was like underneath somewhere because it was like one of those recliner ones on the side and the ends. It like had two recliners on the ends, which was cool. Oh
Those
yeah,
are
I want
amazing,
that.
yeah.
I want to have a recliner sofa thing. But the recliner part on my side was a little didn't hold up so well.
Well, one of the things that I've
I
noticed,
even tried to go sit on the other side to
one of the things I noticed about you is
even
that
it out.
when you go to sit down anywhere, you do a running leap and then a flip into the chair. So
Well, I gotta
sure that-
get my I was gonna say triple sow cows in before I sit on the sofa. I don't know if that's not a gymnastics thing. That's an ice skating thing.
that's right. That's right. I thought it was diving, so don't ask me. I knew the name, but here we
Triple
are.
sow cows. Yeah, that's figure skating thing. Come on, it's what is her name? Man, Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
I don't know. She didn't really.
Yeah.
Whatever. She was one of the first girls to do that. I think. She's amazing.
I was thinking of
She's from here, isn't she?
she lives around here ish.
That's right. I watched that movie. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Anyways,
Yeah. No, a lot of products just aren't. Number one, they're not made that well. And number two, they aren't made to be, they're not reinforced to hold bigger people. And you find that with furniture for sure. You even find that with, bikes. Bikes for bigger guys has been a thing that I've been kind of into recently. And Zeiss makes bikes. Zeiss bikes.
Zeiss bikes.
Zeiss bikes.
That sounds like a German bike company.
Zeiss. It's actually out of the Boston area. And they make very close to Germany.
Yeah, whatever.
And they make bikes for bigger people. They have a variety of different types of bikes for people of different abilities and different needs.
Nice.
I've got one here, and it is it's awesome. I mean, the last bike that I rode, it wouldn't hold me, so having something like this is fantastic. You know, it is made for a bigger person, and it also holds up to 500 or 550 pounds.
Nice.
So, you know, you've got something that you can
still
actually
need to get a bike.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I need to take yours around the block and see how it handles.
Yeah. And mine also,
even though it's 90 plus something degrees today.
Well, you know, you'll be pedaling.
I'll get the breeze in my hair. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be good.
Back to the IKEA thing.
Yeah.
We have a lot of furniture from, well, I don't know, not a lot, a few items from IKEA, but it's always funny when you like go to friends' houses and you can spot the IKEA thing.
Oh, totally.
Like the what are those? I don't know. That like bookshelf thing, like the square.
Right.
It's like, oh, I have that.
Yeah.
I have that. It's like the only thing that I think has survived our mini moves because we take it apart, you know, the little peg furniture.
Right.
Take it apart, put it back together every time. It's
Yeah.
the only thing that's lasted. But it's always funny to go to your friends' houses and you're like, oh, I have that exact same IKEA bookshelf. I don't know why that popped in my head again, but
IKEA works. You know.
You know, it helps try to furnish a house a little bit, get little pieces. But we have, so now since we didn't, when we moved this last time, we didn't bring that sofa with.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, it's already broken. It's probably not going to make another move.
Right.
I don't want to move a broken sofa across halfway across the country. So we've been using this like outdoor wicker sort of furniture for the past however many months in our living room. Because I can't find a sofa that I think is going to hold up.
Sure.
That I like. You know, I'm like, so our living room is a little, it looks like maybe like you're in the Bahamas or something with wicker furniture. And
well, that's not bad.
It works. Like that furniture. I mean, the cushions could maybe use an upgrade. I think we've kind of flattened them out. Not, like I have to put 2 cushions on to like sit there for very long, but it's good because then I don't sit and binge watch Netflix too much.
True. I switch around our cushions after a while, you know, try to do it every week because if you're sitting on one cushion for a week,
flip them and turn them. And,
you're destroying the cushion. It's just being crushed down. And that's once you start to get uncomfortable, it's like, okay, time to change this out. Or if you sit and you kind of sink into your couch or chair, you know, it's time to change things around.
Way back, we had a sofa. I think it was kind of one of those hand-me-down sort of sofas. We put pieces of plywood right underneath the cushion.
Oh, right.
Because the under support of the couch, like, well, I don't know technical terms of couches.
Sure.
But anyways, that was like the support was completely gone. We put the plywood underneath there and it was like, oh, wow. Like you don't sink way down
it's
in.
A new
and
couch.
Like, I know. I was like, wow, this is a brand new couch, guys.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
got easy fixes for sinking down in there.
Sometimes you have to DIY that stuff to make it work.
I thought it was great. I was like, wow, we're going to get this couch to last the rest of this apartment that we're in.
It really is worthwhile. See, it's difficult because you can go for the stuff that you can afford, or you can look around for things and spend a lot of time trying to find something that is bigger and sturdier and built to hold bigger people. And it's usually more expensive.
It is. I mean, you got to pull your grown-up pants on and spend the money to, get some good furniture and, you can't have the whatever, but we did. We kind of went in the middle with that sofa that we got.
Right.
I think we got it on Amazon. I think that's how we got it, whatever delivered.
Sure.
But it was like kind of a middle, wasn't like super premium. But now I'm hesitant to even do it.
Right.
Like spend the money again. Cause I was like, well, that money, it didn't even last a year or two.
Right.
So
we went to the JCPenney home store, and got the couch that's upstairs in our house, and we've had that for 4 or 5 years, and it's pretty good. It's
is that a room you actually sit in, or is that just a room to look at?
That's a room we sit in. Yeah, we're not those.
You don't have one of those rooms?
No. Every room
we were house sitting a long time ago in this amazing house in Santa Monica, and they had like this front room that was just basically like I think one of those rooms you just look at. It's not a room anyone actually sits in.
Sure.
Yeah.
That room is definitely where we start the day.
Yeah, that's
You know,
where
it's
you
the coffee,
live in there.
Coffee and contemplation room.
Oh,
So
coffee and Can we get one of those rooms?
we drink our coffee in there. That's where we spend a lot of our time, until the evenings. Then we come down and we've got a sectional from IKEA that has been extra reinforced. You couldn't tell by looking at it, but it's the downstairs is kind of like the family room, and we have kids, so the kids are
jumping in.
That's where they destroy
doing the flips onto the couches, off the couches,
and so that's where we hang
out. You
out.
got it from IKEA?
So we got it secondhand from somebody else who's getting rid of it.
Oh, wow.
And when we put it together, we made sure that it was extra reinforced, and it's been great.
Nice.
It's huge. You can't move it anywhere. It is a sectional in name only.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually, if you pull it apart, you can't sit on it. So,
okay.
Yeah. So that's where we hang out when we're watching Netflix and all of that. And it's too much couch, really, because Sean will be at one end of it.
Yeah.
I'll be at the other end. And we've got like 10 feet between us. And then there's an entire extra part of the couch.
Wow.
But, I like to be in the corner. So I kind of have that support in that area.
Yeah.
And then she's got the Chase Lounge part, so she's got that. So we've kind of got our areas.
Kids and the dogs and the cats and
whatever happens to be in the house.
Whatever's in the house. The chickens. No, I don't know. There's no chickens.
But it's so much couch that you kind of look. I'll look to my right, and I mean she's way down there.
You can't even.
You just kind of wave.
Can't even hold her hand.
No,
or touch.
no, there's no
cuddling on the couch.
You really have to make a concerted effort. Either she has to come down to me, or I have to go down to her. And then
that whole thing.
Then you have to figure out how to get comfortable in that spot that you're not used to.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got an ottoman, so I'm complaining about something that really isn't that big of a deal. But the ottoman.
But that is important, I think. It's nice to have your space, but then it's nice to be able to cuddle on the couch.
Nice to have the option.
Yeah. That's what I need in a couch.
Absolutely.
Couch people, hit me up. I need a cuddle couch and a couch I can have my own space.
I like that. The cuddle couch.
Cuddle couch.
Introducing the cuddle couch.
Yeah. Yep. Isn't that the love sack? Isn't that what that's for?
That is a thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Like a big beanbag chair thing?
Right. Yeah.
Those are not something I'd try to get on.
No,
I don't
the
want
problem
little
with that is
styrofoamy things all over.
You sit in that.
I'm not getting up.
Yeah, how do you get up? Right. That's
you roll off and then...
There's no dignified exit.
No. Cuddle couch is just a bed.
Well, there we go.
The panel over here.
Yes.
That's the cuddle couch.
It's just a bed.
That's not where I was going with
that. Yeah.
Well...
Have we solved anything today?
I don't know if we... Yes, of course we did. I think we just talked about our furniture issues.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of going back and recapping, we've talked about Algo.
Oh, yes. Make sure... go and sign up and see if there's more...
Yeah, I think you can get on the list now.
I think you might be able to get on another list.
Yeah. So
can we all go?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Yes,
we can is the answer to that.
Yes, we can.
And we talked about Zeiss bikes, so bike for bigger people. We've talked about
those mattresses,
Big Fig and Helix.
Maybe we need to get a new mattress.
Yeah, well, if you do, it's definitely worth looking at. Yeah. I can say I'm happy with Big Fig. It's been great for me.
Nice.
So we've also talked about Kokanee.
Yes. The Glacier fresh beer imported from Canada.
Yeah, it's like a mountain stream, right?
Yeah, mountain stream into my mouth.
Yeah, right.
All right, guys. Well, make sure and share our podcast with some friends. We need to get some more listens, and let us know what kind of issues you're having with your furniture, or where you go to shop for your furniture, what brands or whatever. Yep. I need a new sofa, so please send me some suggestions.
Yes, and if you're into beer, tell us what you drink, what you like, what we should be trying.
I think someone sent us some.
Someone did send us some beer. It's like the greatest thing. It's like Christmas.
And
I love it.
August. Yes. All right. Anyways, thanks, guys.
All right. See ya.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast.